What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another feature review of what we've been doing on the channel. Is just checking out the features on certain different vehicles to see what separates them from other manufacturers. Right here we have an SUV. This happens to be a 2020 Ford Expedition Max, so it's very competitive alongside with the Suburban or like the XL Denali and those other very large SUVs. And the trim level model on this one in particular is the King Ranch, which has a couple of unique stuff, which let's go ahead and begin talking about. So yes, like modern SUVs, you do get a key fob with this vehicle, and since this is the King Ranch, it's loaded with the remote start, which works like so. The remote also has a 2-button tailgate release that will automatically open up automatically. And if you double tap, it could also self-close itself, all from the key remote. Now in the back seat, as I previously mentioned, this is the Max version, so we have plenty of cargo space right here available. I'll put the number somewhere down on the bottom right here. But in the back, there's additional buttons right here that allows you to have access to pretty much all the rows. So as a fine example, let's say for example, we want to fold down the 3rd row seat by a simple push of a button. You not only can fold down all the seats right here, you can also fold down the center row seats if you want, just like so. And now everything is flat. Only the 3rd row rear seats can be automatically raised back up. The center seats, you have to manually go in there and raise it up yourself. In addition to that, there's additional storage down right here. As this little cover, you could simply lift up and gives you like a little hidden compartment. And this is also where you find your car jack. The top part right here, there's a handle that you could actually either decide to close all the way or adjust at a certain height that you want the tailgate to open up. And then of course you have a little button right here you can press, which will close the tailgate automatically, or you can slam it down if you want. There is also a button right here that allows you to have access to this glass door entry and just simply close like so, and it has a pretty cool looking spoiler. And did I mention that it says Max? Because that's how big it is. You do have LED taillights, which looks pretty cool at night. Now this being the King Ranch, it is equipped with not just a 360 camera, but there's also full 360 sonar sensors from the front and rear, because this vehicle does support self-parallel parking. So it needs all the sensors. Now, interesting thing about the King Ranch is that not only do you have these massive emblems on the side right here, but there's emblems in the center cap. But on the side, the side rear mirrors, they're actually like a cool brownish looking silver type of paint. That's the best I can describe the color, but you can see what I mean. It has like an off cool silver bronze brown color to it. Now, surprisingly, both the front and the rear 360 cameras, which is one's located right here for a front. It's a wide angle lens. It's able to stitch the image together. That's how it's able to achieve this 360 overhead view point of view in the infotainment system. But both the front and the rear, they have their own individual washer. So if your front camera or your rear camera is dirty from road debris like rain or other elements from weather and such, the same way you could wash your windshield with that wiper, it will also bring up a washer spray to clean up your 2 cameras. And of course, sensors, sonar sensors, more of those sonar sensors I was telling you about, as well as that cool silver brown color. Oh, and these vents right here, they're functional. You can literally like see light going through, especially when you look underneath the wheel well. So, interesting thing about this Expedition is this one happens to be equipped with the 3.5 liter V6, but get this, it's a twin turbo. Other worth noting features is you do have the number keypad for wireless entry. As long as you know your PIN code, you can enter it and have access to the vehicle, which means you can leave your key literally inside the car if you want to, or SUV. Besides that, you do have smart door handles on all 4 doors, which means you could lock it or unlock the vehicle on any door. And if you notice, mirrors do automatically fold, and these mirrors do have the blind spot monitoring, both the driver and passenger side, of course. And when you open up the door, auto door steppers. This is an option, and this one is equipped with it. Now inside the car, there's endless amounts of King Ranch emblem, literally on this seat, on the center console, on the headrest, with this nice unique leather pattern right here. And the headrests are adjustable as well. So you could leave it like so and recline the seat all the way back and use that as a pillow, I guess. Now the leather that's used in the King Ranch is really awesome looking. It may look like the interior is pure black, but if you look closely, There's brown stitching, and the leather itself is like a nice minimum brown color. Another cool thing that I like so much about the driver's side is that you do have access to that tailgate, which means you could actually open it up by a simple push of a button in the interior, and you can also close it. No need to get the key out or walk outside and actually open it up or close it. Now this Expedition does have memory seats, and not only that, when you ignite the vehicle, the seats will adjust to the driver's position. Go ahead and turn that back off so you can hear me better, but there's 3 memory seats, and whenever you turn off the car, everything will just extract and give you more room to get out of the vehicle easily. Other controls are also located right here. Very common, your window control, side view mirrors. You can also fold the mirror right here as well. Safety features. If you're unfamiliar how to back up with a trailer, as this Expedition is equipped with the backup trailer assist. Other safety feature is it does have adapted cruise control, as well as lane keep assist, auto high beams and low beam headlights, as well as fog lamps, which you can turn on right here. Center screen, I do like that you do have physical buttons down here, and it is indeed a dual climate control, so you and the passenger can both adjust their own temperatures. The infotainment system is nice. I do like the fact that you still have your favorite physical presets right here for your radio stations for both series or standard radio. And a unique thing about this vehicle is that it does have a manual sleep button right here for your infotainment system, so you can literally leave it like this or just turn it off completely in a pitch dark screen like this. The only time I find this to be extremely useful is when you're actually in a drive-in movie theater, so you can still have the vehicle turn on listening to the audio without the distraction of having a bright screen right here. On top, I do like the fact that it does give you access to the on-demand 360 camera, which you could enable, perfect for parking spots or when you're navigating through a very tight environment. Here you not only have a wireless Qi charger, so you could drop your phone right here. If it supports it, it'll wirelessly charge. Of course, you could charge it much faster by using either the USB-C port right here or the USB-A port. And yes, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is available for the sync unit. You do have this shift knob right here. This will allow you to change between different drive gears, so park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Manual right here. When you have it in manual mode, you have the plus and minus right here for your transmission shifts, and will display the gear that you're in right here on the hybrid, I guess I'll call it, LCD display with the analog gauges right there on the side. Now this vehicle surprisingly does have a lot of drive modes, as you do have access to 2-wheel drive or 4 low, and you can also lock the rear differential as well. But the drive modes that this vehicle comes equipped with, during some terrains, you could adjust it right here in the mode. So you have normal, you have eco, you have sport, which, fun fact, if you put it on sport mode, it will actually put the vehicle in 4-wheel drive auto, which I thought was quite interesting, and it's really grippy too on acceleration. But you also have tow and haul, mud and rust, sand, and most importantly, snow / gravel and grass. Only thing I don't like about this system is that it is really laggy when you're selecting different modes. That's one thing I notice when I'm trying to switch from normal to sport mode on the go, or just want to quickly go into eco when I'm cruising on the highway. But no matter the mode that you select, right underneath here you have your parking assist, which you can enable right here for parallel parking, and you can turn that off or on right here, right underneath that as well. Now this Expedition does have the massive sunroof. You can cover it up in case the sun does become annoying, but only the driver and passenger side, this part can be extracted all the way. And also has like a wind deflector as well. Of course, like any American SUV nowadays, there's a lot of cup holders. You have 2 right here in the center, additional cup holders on the driver and passenger side. Same can be said about the rear seats, which I'll talk more about in a little bit. But if you like to hide the center cup holder for a more stealth look, you could do that, as well as hide this part where you will typically plug in your phone. Now in the back seats, to no surprise, you have King Ranch emblems right here on the floor, embedded right here on the center part of the seat with that cool looking brown stitching. But cup holders are all over the place. You have 2 cup holders on each rear door as well as 2 additional cup holders right here in the center. Now in the back here, your passenger has access to 2 USB-A ports, a standard household outlet, and you have a 12-volt outlet right here. There's an additional compartment right here where they could put like crayons or coloring books or other knickknacks that could fit in there. And then there's also is a media control, which they can control right here. And then of course, these 2 captain seats are actually heated seats as well, not ventilated. The front 2 seats are both heated and ventilated, but your rear passengers can adjust the temperature, climate control right here if they like to, as well as change the position or leave it on auto and all that good stuff. Center captain seats do have a very comfortable armrest. Since this is a third row SUV, how comfortable is it in the back? Let's find out. All right, so shockingly, I have a lot of room. Now, I'm not that tall, I'm not above 6 feet. I'm 5'8", but I have a ton of headroom still. So anybody who's like several inches taller than me can easily fit comfortably back here. And it really does feel like I'm in the back seat of a limousine or something. You can also adjust these headrests. Oh, and the King Ranch emblems are also back here as well. There's a total of 3 cup holders back here. Your passengers do have access to a USB-A port on both the right and left side. And in addition to that, you can actually adjust these seats so you can move them forward and back, as there's little wiggle room still available, so you could comfortably adjust your seat if you want to. And then of course, if I'm having a hard time getting out, I could always do that to squeeze right in. But besides that, those are the very interesting features that's available on the King Ranch Ford Expedition Max. If you're curious how it compares against something like the Ford Explorer, feel free to go ahead and watch this video over here. So I go ahead and actually cover that very recently. And then that video over there, that's just a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.